So before I even go into the math part of this, I'm just let's just break it down in a general sense, like as if we're this person playing golf. All right. So she's playing golf. She hit a ball from the ground. So imagine you're standing there, you hit a ball. The height and feet of the golf ball can be modeled by whatever equation they gave us, where t is the time in seconds, and then they want us to graph it. Automatically, if I swing and hit a ball, is the ball going to go like underground and pop up, or is it going to go over and then down? Right. That would be fly, but we know it doesn't happen like that. It's going to go over and then come down. So we know our graph is going to look similar to that. What shape would that be called on a graph? I forgot what it is. It starts with a P. Not paralysis.
That's what I was thinking.
Parabola. Parabola. Is it going to be upward facing or downward facing?
Upwards. Again, it would be cool if it was downward.
Think about it. If I draw something like this, the arrows are going to be pointed downward. So it's going to be downward facing. All right. So we know off the gate, just by reading this, it's going to be some type of shape like this. And this is negative. It's a negative quadratic. So that means downward facing. Down is negative. Negative goes down. All right. So if you want to make life easy, being that you don't have to show work of how you figured out how to graph, you could graph it on the calculator and then use the table to find the points. Okay? So let's go here. The number is negative 16t squared plus 48t. So if I go to my calculator, all right, where can I write it? I'll write it here. Negative 16t squared plus 48. So y equals. Oh, okay. Clear this out. Everybody in your calculator, you're going to put this function or that expression of the function. Instead of t, we'll use x. Okay? Graph. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Downward facing parabola. It just looks a little more pointy. All right? Everybody has that? Now, we know it's a downward facing parabola. What you're going to do now is I want you to actually look at the table. How do we get to the table?
Second graph.
Second graph. All right? Now they give you these numbers. 0, x is 0.
Are the same, but I couldn't see it.
Okay. So even if you couldn't see it, you know you graphed it correctly. It's just something with the screen of the calculator and you don't want to change the settings. The table is still going to give you the right information. So if I go to the table, 0, 0. If I go back here to my graph, can I put a point at 0, 0? Yes, I can. And then I go back here, 132. Can I put a point at 132?
Yeah.
132. Got it. Okay. What's the next one?
232.
232. So I find 2. I go all the way up to 32. Make a point. And then 3, 0.
Wow, that was easier than what it was.
As I said, right?
It looks more complicated.
Exactly. Once you know what everything means, a lot of it is simple. The only thing, though, here's the one part about it. Those downward facing parabolas, they are rounded. Okay? There has to be a point at the top. If we do this, it ends up being this shape where it gets like, it's almost like not a square or a rectangle, but stops here and then you go straight over and down. It's not supposed to look like that. Okay? It's almost like the free throw lines when they have the Olympics. That's not what you want. You want it to have some curvature. Okay? So I want to know this right here, what point is going to go in the middle, which is 1.5? That's what we want to know. You say it's 36. You're probably right.
I say it's 32.
You say, well, 32 would mean it's right there in the middle. It should be higher, so you say 34.
I say right. 32.5.
Okay, so like right up there. Okay. All of those are possible because it's above 32. This is how we find out for sure. You're going to go back into your calculator. All right. You're going to go to, let me just erase this. You're going to go to second trace. And now you want to know the value, which is 1. So you're going to press 1 or enter. You want to know the value at, what is that x value that we were at? We want 1.5. We want 1.5. So what is the value at 1.5? So second trace, enter for 1, and see where it says x equal? I'm just going to put 1.5 and press enter. So who was right? Yeah, he said 36. All right. So I'm going to go 1.5. Let's go all the way up to 36, make a point. And then I'm going to draw my downward facing parabola. Now from here, I think the rest of the questions you could answer without my help. Think about what the next question says. What is the maximum height in feet that the golf ball reaches on this hit? Look at the graph. What's the maximum height in feet?
Maximum height in feet is 36.
36. This is the max. Okay? So, of course, we would go down here, and you would write the maximum height in feet is going to be 36. All right, 36 feet. Now, how many seconds does it take the golf ball to hit the ground? How many seconds to hit the ground?
3.
3 seconds. Perfect. Once you see the graph, that will give you the answers to everything else. So this is going to be 3 seconds. Okay? All right, so that's going to be 3 seconds as your answer. Okay?